Welcome to Meaningful Mornings. Puja Swami Tejomayananda shared with us. And every time I tell you he shared with us, I want you to feel that he's sharing with you also. Shared with us, being in the company of the joyous is a joy. And we've all experienced this. I also feel being in the company of those who are trying to be joyous is a joy. As hard as it is to facilitate meaningful mornings, this is a joyous experience for me. Earlier this week, I had posted a rad on social media, and it received less likes. And I know this is the case because of less reflections. Here is the rad. There is plenty of courage among us for the abstract, but not for the concrete. This is a quote from Helen Keller. And the reflection behind this quote is, we all work hard on others, but we don't work smart enough on ourselves. We're fond of the abstract, hypotheses and theories, but in terms of the concrete, changing, evolving, we don't have the courage for that. All of us are bhagya, or fortunate, that God has gifted us with tattva asti. Tattva means infinity. Asti means the sense of isness. We all feel infinity is. If you didn't, you wouldn't be part of Meaningful Mornings. We are all bhagya, or fortunate, that our guide has gifted us with tattva asi. Not that infinity just is, but infinity is you. From asti to asi. Now, we have to feel bhagya. We have to gift to ourselves tattva asmi. That I am infinite. Asti, asi, that's working hard. Asmi is working smart, working on yourself. This has been emphasized in the signs of the silent, or the sthita prajna lakshanas, and how beautifully, powerfully we're completing this train of thought on Vyasa Purnima. Today is the day that Rishi Vyasa was born. Not born for himself, but born for us. We also celebrate this as Guru Purnima. Because of Rishi Vyasa, we have access to a guide. Verse 72. The final verse of chapter 2, the final verse of the Sthita Prajna Lakshans. Esha Brahmi Sthiti Partha Nainam Prapya Vimuhyati Sthitva Syam Antakalepi Brahma Nirvanam Richati. Esha, which means this. This is all that has been shared from verses 55 to 68. Brahmi Sthiti. This is the expression of one who is infinite. Partha. Shri Krishna is speaking to Partha. Shri Krishna is speaking to us. In verse 54, Prince Arjuna asks, Sthita Prajnasya ka bhasha. Share with me the signs of the infinite so I can follow these signs. And Shri Krishna has most thoughtfully responded to this. This is sthitihi. Sthitihi means one's nature. And this word is in comparison to avastha. Avastha means that which comes, and if it comes, it will go. Waking, dreaming, sleeping, these are known as avasthas. We sometimes wake up, we dream a lot. It comes and goes. Our nature, though, is not an avastha. It's not a state. It is sthitihi. It is our being. Na enam vimuhyati. One will never forget this. One will never relinquish this because it's one's nature. Prapya, once one remembers this, once one rediscovers this. What is this? In a concrete way. The 10 signs of the silent. And Sri Krishna does not explicitly share these. This is Vivek's own reflections, contemplation that I'm sharing with you. The signs of the silent are to be content, to be balanced, to be independent, to be fearless, to be accepting, to be disciplined, to be aware, to be wise, to be reflective, and the last was to be humble. Once you invoke this, an invocation means you're already this, but you have to tap into this. Once this is done, this will become effortless. Right now, we have to put in maximum effort, working hard and smart for these virtues, but once you feel this is your nature, this will become effortless. This will never change. Sthitva asyam antakale. Having experienced this, api, even antakale, at the end of your lifetime or at the end of time. Shri Krishna is re-emphasizing. It doesn't matter if you experience this now or 10 years from now or 10 lifetimes from now. Once you rediscover your nature, you can never forget that. Avidya, ignorance, cannot come back. Personalizing this. The word antakala, Kala does mean time. We typically interpret anta as the end of time. But anta also means inside. Your nature is inside of time, which means it's beyond time. So what are you waiting for? Waiting is feeling one's nature is outside of time. A guide never says, Tattvam bhavishyasi. A guide never says, you will become infinite. A guide says, Tattvam asi. You are infinite. Bhavishyasi, time related. Asi, not time related. Please reflect on your philosophy, possibility, probability of enlightenment. We tend to live for different lokas. We live for this loka, which means this dimension. In our Puranas, we have terms like Pitra Loka or Brahma Loka, which means a higher dimension, which means a more fulfilling dimension. The word Loka does not mean forever. If you go to a higher dimension, it's still a dimension. If you go to a fulfilling time next year, 10 years from now, it's still time. Brahma Nirvana. Nirvana means to blow out. Brahma, the infinite. Brahma Nirvana means the ego is blown out into the spirit. Richati means one goes, one feels that their ego is blown into the spirit. The ego is a limit. The infinite is limitless. Yesterday I shared the sense of aham. The sense of ego is, I am not complete. And so what do? Mama. The more I have that minus, this will complete me. And this is an awful cycle of I and mine. The more I, the more mine. The more mine, the more I. But if that I, that sense of incompleteness is blown away, what remains is what was ever there, completeness. Sharing this in one more way for us to contemplate on. These are signs of the silent. Silence is ever present, ever potent, ever peaceful. If noise could disturb silence, once that noise stopped, it would take some time for silence to resettle. You're feeling me? But is that required? Does silence need time to settle? You stop making noise immediately, there's the rediscovery of silence. So this is our nature to be joyous. We have to stop this feeling of not being joyous. Om Tat Sat Iti Shrimad Bhagavad Gita Su Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishnarjuna Samvade Sankhya Yogo Nama Dvitiyo Dhyayaha. We began what could be described as the most lovely part of Bhagavad Gita on June 30th. one of our guides' birthdays. And now we complete this on Guru Purnima, our general guide's birthday. This is all magical. This is all a leela. The word leela means that which encourages love. Love for Bhagwan, love for Shastra, love for our Sadguru, love for ourselves as Shishyas. Your application from yesterday was to rate yourself on your sadhutva. How dedicated are you to serving others? You can share if you wish. The reason for this application, I've emphasized over 119 verses of Bhagavad Gita that we've now completed. The right action is an action not for yourself. A right action is for others. As long as we're acting for ourselves, as long as we are dedicated to our benefit, that is adharma. And so being a sadhu should be natural to us. It shouldn't be an exception. Last week was my birthday, and our team, whom you see in so many courses and workshops, they thoughtfully organized all of you to share your sentiments and photographs for this shishya. And that was more than 30 pages of sentiments and photographs. And it took me a week to actually read and internalize all of this. I am Bhagya for being a shishya. And I offer all that you've shared to my Sadguru, to my Shastra, to my Bhagwan. Your application is for you to feel that you're a shishya. The more you love Bhagwan, Shastra, and Sadguru, the more you will love being a shishya. So nothing specific in terms of your application. Be Brahman. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be safe, be sound, be serene. Sadgurunath Maharaj ki Jai. Be happiness.